Hello, dear students of English 3. Welcome to one of your last Zoom meetings, in this case, session 11. Okay, let me see who are getting joined. Hello, can you listen to me, guys? Okay, so we're gonna wait a little bit for some students to get joined, but we're going to get started, right? We're going to go straight to the point. And today's lessons, it's numbered. For today's lessons, we're going to be working on session 11. Okay, guys, let me check in here. We're going to be working on session 11. Based on unit 8, what's your neighborhood like? Okay, that is the session that we're going to be working for today's lesson. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the introductory video, and then I will be explaining to you the contents, activities, and exercise that we're going to be trying to cover for this particular session. Okay, let's get started.
Welcome guys to another session of English 3. Let's go ahead and take a look at the topics we're covering for this lesson. So we're going to start off with a couple practice exercises based on vocabulary, and then we have another one, right, definition of some of the places, these places. Then we're gonna listen to a conversation, read and listen to the conversation about I am your new neighbor, and just pay attention to the there is and there are, one, any, and some, which is the topic of our next grammar focus. There is, there are, one, any, and some. Okay. Then of course we're gonna have a few explanations of there is, there are, how to choose. Yes, there are. Also, we have some English grammar rules for that. And then we have a couple of practice exercises that are not accumulative. Okay. And then we're going to jump in right to our session exercises, which are accumulative. And these are based on there is and there are. This is our first set of exercises. Okay. Then we have a video, there is and there are, for English speaking practice. Okay. Moving on, we have a couple other videos, grammar quiz, what there is and there are, and then it's there is, there are, there's and there are exercises for TEFL and TOEFL or ESL or EFL Happy. We're gonna take a look at a snapshot about common complaints about neighbors and what are some of the complaints that we have with our own neighbors, and then we're gonna have another conversation talking about neighbors as well and our neighborhood specifically. It's pretty safe. Okay, talks about the apartment within its neighborhood. That leads us to the our next grammar topic, which is about quantifiers, how much and how many and how much. Okay, that takes us to quantifiers practice exercise. Well, you will be writing answers to questions about your neighborhood. After we finish this exercise, we're going to watch a video about how much and how many. Right, and then we're gonna see a lesson about questions with how much and how many. Okay, and then of course we are going to see some English grammar of how much and how many as well. And then we have the difference. We have an image with the differences between how much and how many. Okay, and then we see many questions with many examples. Okay, and then we have just a roadmap on things that we can, we can just put in our thoughts, how when to use how many with countable nouns and how much with uncountable nouns. Okay, that will take us to the next topic, which is a video with much versus many. What's the difference? What's the difference with how much and how many? Then we have another exercise about how much and how many. Okay, this is a session exercise. Then we have the video, how many or how much. And we're going to end up with more videos practicing how much or how much versus how many, and then how much, how many quantifiers with countable and uncountable nouns. That will take us to the end of our session. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, guys, for taking the space. And today we're going to be learning about there is and there are. But now we're going to have the listening section. Listen as you read aloud on your new neighborhood. Okay, this is part of the listening section. We're going to listen and then we are going to practice.
What's your neighborhood like? Exercise 2. Conversation.
This is a conversation between Jack and Miss Jade.
I'm your new neighbor, Jack. I just moved in. Oh, yes. I'm looking for a grocery store. Are there any around here? Yes, there are some on Pine Street. Oh, good. And is there a laundromat near here? Well, I think there's one across from the shopping center. Thank you. By the way, there's a barber shop in the shopping center too. A barber shop?
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for listening to the conversation between Jack and Mr. Stade. Okay, thank you very much. Now, guys, we are going to be working with there is and there are. Okay, whenever you want to express quantities, you might not only quantities, but the existence of an object or things, you can use there is for singular, there are with plural, with one, any, and some. Okay, in this case, we have there is for singular. Is there a laundromat near here? Yes, there is. There's one across from the shopping center. No, there isn't, but there's one next to the library. Now for plural, are there any grocery stores around here? Yes, there are. There are some nice stores on Pine Street. No, there aren't, but there are some on 3rd Avenue. Now there aren't any around here. Prepositions that we can use with there isn't, there are, next to, near, close to, across, from, opposite, in front of, in back of, behind, between, on the corner of.
Page 51. Exercise 3. Grammar focus. There is. There are. 1. Any. Some.
Is there a laundromat near here?
Yes, there is. There's one across from the shopping center.
No, there isn't, but there's one next to the library. Are there any grocery stores around here?
Yes, there are. There are some nice stores on Pine Street.
No, there aren't, but there are some on 3rd Avenue. No, there aren't any around here.
Prepositions.
On. Next to. Near. Close to. Across from. Opposite. In front of. In back of. Behind. Between. On the corner of.
Thank you very much for listening. Now we have a versus between there is and there are. How to choose. Okay, guys. There is, there are. How to choose. Brittany draws the choice between the phrases there is and there are at the beginning of a sentence is determined by the noun that follows it. Use there is when the noun is singular, there is a cat. Use there are when the noun is plural, there are 2 cats. There is versus there are. You probably know that the choice between is versus or depends on a noun. In most sentences, the noun comes before the verb, but in sentences that begin with there, sorry, and there is and there are, the noun comes later. There is a cat. on the porch? Is the sentence about cat? It's singular, so it requires there is. There are many opportunities to learn at this company. And the sentence about opportunities are plural. So it requires there are. Don't let the word many throw you off. Concentrate on the noun. There is, there are. There is a number of verses that are a number of. There are a number of named stars in our galaxy. There is a number of named stars, of named stars in our galaxy. It's difficult to tease out whether you should use or are in a construction like this. The bird is being pulled toward their number and starts all at once. Here's a tip: sentences that begin with there is and there are a number of are almost always whatever that they need to be. Your best bet is to rewrite many stars in our galaxy are unnamed. But if you really can't write it, you'll have to make a choice. Use is if you want to emphasize the group. Use is if you want to emphasize the individual members. It's the same with other collecting phrases, like a variety of. There is a wide variety of flavors to choose from. There are a variety of unique destinations we can visit. There are a lot of. Use that are when you're talking about a lot of something. There are a lot of people in this elevator. There is a lot of people in this elevator. Also in here, there is verses that are with a series of items, okay? So this is a very important grammar explanation for you to have. There is and there are English grammar rules. There is and there are, you know that there is for singular noun, there are for plural noun, there is plus uncountable noun, some, there isn't singular noun that is negative contraction, there aren't plural noun, there isn't with any for negative uncountable noun. For interrogative is there, are there. How many, plural, how many students are there in your class? How many days are there in February? And also we have contractions. In here, this is the grammar explanation. We use there is and there are to say that something exists. Positive sentences, we use there is for singular and there are for plural. There is one table in the classroom. There are 3 chairs in the classroom. There is a spider in the bath. There are many people at the bus stop. We also use there is with uncountable nouns. There is milk in the fridge. There is some sugar on the table. There is ice cream on your shirt. Contractions. The contraction of there is and there's is there, sorry. There's a good sun on the radio. There's only one chocolate left in the box. You cannot contract there are. There are 9 cats on the roof. There are only 5 weeks until my birthday. Negative form. The negative is formed by putting not after its or are. There is not a horse in the field. There are not 8 children in the school. There is not a tree in the garden. There are not 2 elephants in the zoo. We almost always use contractions when speaking. The negative contraction are there's not, there isn't. There are not, there aren't. There aren't with any. And when we want to indicate that a zero quantity of something exists, we use there aren't any. There aren't any apple at the pot, people at the party, sorry. There aren't any trees in my street. We also use this structure with uncountable nouns. There isn't any water in the swimming pool. There isn't any sugar in my coffee. For questions, to form a question, we place is are in front of there. Again, we use any with plural questions or those which use uncountable nouns. We also use there is, are in short sentences. Is there a dog at the supermarket? No, there isn't. Are there any dogs in the park? Yes, there are. Is there a security warrant in the shop? Yes, there is. Are there any polar bears in Antarctica? No, there aren't. Is there any ice cream in the freezer? Yes, there is. How many would are there? If we want to find out the number of objects that exist, we use how many in the following form. How many plus plural noun plus are there plus complement. How many dogs are there in the park? How many students are there in your class? How many countries are there in South America? How many stars fields are there? Okay, that is just the grammar explanation. Now we are going to play with the knowledge, with the content, and we're gonna make our first evaluated, practice exercise. A butterfly, there is, of course, because we have seen, learned, some money on the table, there are some money on the table. There is a police car. There are two kids. Okay. There is milk in the fridge because we're talking about one noun. There are three children. There is a monkey. There is a monkey. There are some cherries. There are few verbs. And there are many flowers. We're going to submit our exercise, and oh my God, it means that we went wrong in one. There is some money on the table. Okay, very good. Now we're gonna have our second practice exercise. Choose either there isn't or there aren't. We're gonna get started, of course. There isn't a camel. There aren't any beers. There aren't any milk, or there isn't any milk. There isn't a chair. There aren't any cars. There aren't crocodiles. There isn't an apple. There aren't dinosaurs. There isn't any wine. There isn't a ghost. And I'm going to submit my answers. All of them are correct answers, if you noticed. Very good. Well done, guys. Now we're gonna take a quick video tutorial. This is a video tutorial. There is and there are English speaking practice learned English.
Hi, this is Mark, and this is English conversation practice. English speaking practice. There is and there are. There is a glass on the table. Where? On the table. There is a new supermarket in town. Where is it? On First Street. There isn't a cloud in the sky. It's a perfect day. It sure is. Is there a shuttle bus coming? I think so. That's good. There are presents here. Who are they for? I don't know. There are shorts and socks in the suitcase. Okay, I see them. Good. There are kids in the park. What are they doing? They are playing. Are there more dishes? No, that's it. Oh, good. Okay, now it's your turn. There's a glass on the table. Where? There's a new supermarket in town. Where is it? There's not a cloud in the sky. It's a perfect day. Is there a shuttle bus coming? I think so. There are presents here.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching and practicing this with this video tutorial. Also in here, we have a video grammar quiz. There is and there are. Okay. There is versus there are. This is a video quiz. Question number 1. Okay. There is, there are, there. I will say letter B. Exactly. There are many people standing outside the movie theater. Question number 2. A big group of people looking at the things at the museum. I will say letter B as well. Absolutely. There is a big group of people looking at things at the museum. Question number 3. Third. I will say letter C for short. There is a small cat playing with some toys. I will say letter A. How many cups are there? There are 2 cups. And then you're going to have another video tutorial. There is, there's, there are exercises. This is about practice. Also, guys, you can practice with this video as well. There is a car or there's a car. At the end, there are 2 lines. At the end, you're going to have your evaluated exercise. Select the correct answer. You need to select the correct answers in these attempts. For this exercise, you're going to have 2 attempts. If you fail on the first one, you're going to have the second chance to make it better. For those students who were not able to get joined to the Zoom meeting, let's remember that always in this linking section, we have the Zoom meetings available for you to have a full recap, okay? Please try to make your exercises on time in order to avoid any kind of issues that we might have during the process of your completion of your task. Okay, if you don't have any other questions to ask, I just want to say thank you so much for your time, and I cannot wait to see you in the last Zoom meeting. Bye bye and take care.